attended the Australian School of Applied Management's Local Government Leadership Conference, and at that point I was acting General Manager. Council was going through a process where the General Manager had left, and I think I was inspired by that, attending that, to look at what we could do as an organisation, but also it gave me, I suppose, the courage or the support to put my hand up to actually apply for the position. We'd had a very enigmatic former general manager, and we were going to become a different sort of team, and I really wanted them to be a leadership team, and we needed to work together. So we sat down and worked through what we were going to do. So we put in place a coach for our leadership team, and that was one process, and then we identified that we would all go through the colloquium, and that was part of the continuing professional development program for the senior team. And I decided that rather than send them all to one program, it would be better maybe in ones and twos to send them to different programs. So they did that rather than with local government and their team. They did it with other people and were challenged and had an opportunity to pick up other experiences. We gained a common language, a common understanding about the roles that we should be playing, and took us out, all of us outside, thinking about the day-to-day and stepping above to be, in that leadership role. The colloquium then gave me the opportunity to reinforce skills and processes that I knew I used, but also to give me more tools in my toolbox to actually look at what we needed to do as an organisation, and what specifically I needed to do to make me more of a leader and less of a manager. There's a continued sense of reflection on what works and what doesn't work. I think there's been a real commitment to, rather than sit in silos, a real commitment to walk down the corridor and sit in an office of another senior member of staff and talk things through and look at how we can do things differently or get an outcome to something, and rather than saying, oh, that's infrastructure's responsibility, or that's planning, or that's strategy. No, we're in this together. So that dialogue changed, and the reflection on what worked and what didn't work and how we can go through learning from those processes. On a quarterly basis, we now do a survey monkey about how we're performing, what we're doing in terms of how we agreed that we would work together and lead the organisation. And when we get those results, we identify what are the top two things that have got the lowest, or the bottom two things with the lowest scores. Then we sit down and we work through how we can address that over the next period. We've also been looking at culture across the whole organisation and working through human synergistics and the Australian School of Applied Management to look at both the culture of our management team and our senior leadership team, and then across the whole organisation, so that we can bring all of those things together. There's definitely been a shift in the leadership team being more open to all levels of the organisation, participating in decision making and putting forward ideas. And there's also been a real opportunity and growth in a whole range of people from across the organisation that are being given the capacity to step up and to lead in projects, and the recognition that's flowing in from that. It challenges all levels of an organisation, and from us now having been through the program with our senior team and now involving managers, and we've got even a couple of coordinators that we've been able to get scholarships and send off, that we're seeing that whole vertical integration of a different way of operating. I think it's a fabulous program for really building a whole different way of looking at how we can operate and lead through local government.